Hello there everyone, join me for a little drive in our BMW E93. Okay, so the first thing I notice when I get in the car is the black against the really bright red leather seats. Now it's really punchy and I quite like it. It gives it kind of excitement when you get inside. Now the seats do move with electric. Oh, let's go. Let's move forward. This might take a while, everyone. Quite short. Make sure that's down. Fabulous. And let's see how she goes. Oh, we're off already. Now this is one of the more modern cars we have done here at Bridge Classic Cars for a competition. And actually, sometimes it's a little bit of a treat for me to drive because I feel like modern cars these days more or less drive themselves, especially automatics. And you just kind of get in and let it do its job. And I'm feeling really connected to the road. It feels really quite grounded, but that's kind of BMWs for you, I guess. I guess the throttle is quite light. I'm not having to put much pressure on it at all to get it going, otherwise I'd be revving all over the place, which I don't want to be. Now the seats are really quite comfortable. They're the kind of sporty seats which feel like they're hugging you, which is really quite pleasant, I do have to say. Really comfortable, squishy, and it is a four-seater. So there's plenty of room for the family in the back as well. Now today we're driving it with the roof up because it is really quite chilly, but you can imagine having it down on a hot summer's day and just cruising around. So it looks like you can also change it so you can change the gears manually by using these two pedals either side here. It's obviously got things like your Bluetooth and everything that a modern car of this day and age normally has. It looks like it also has a sat-nav, which is very handy if you want to take it on a summer's adventure. The gears change really beautifully in the automatic gearbox. There's not really much of a kind of pull. Sometimes with the automatic cars that I've driven before, you kind of feel the pull as it's changing gear, but this doesn't seem to have that. It's really smooth as it's going up into the higher gears. Now looking at the steering is pretty good. I mean, it's doing the job that it's supposed to do. It doesn't feel like it's heavy steering. It doesn't feel like every tiny little movement though. It doesn't feel like I'm going to fly off in a different direction. All in all, a very comfortable and easy car to drive so far. So we're on a relatively medium, I would say, mile per hour road. It feels really easy, like it's just gliding. It's no effort for it at all. I'm loving how it's driving at the moment. Yeah, it's got all of the bells and whistles, which is quite nice, and I really enjoy this about some of the cars that I've had in the past and my family have had, is the dual temperatures. So I can have my temperature a different temperature than the passenger next to me, because sometimes I'm absolutely freezing but my partner's really hot. So it's nice to have the two different temperatures, so you kind of like, everybody is happy in the car, there's no arguments, which is a good thing to have. So the ride is really quite comfortable in the car as well. I'd say it's got really lovely suspension. I'm not feeling like I'm getting chucked about all over the place. Often with lower cars, I feel like, oh, I'm feeling every single bump in the road, but I'm not feeling like that in our BMW E93i. I'm feeling it's comfortable, it's pleasant to drive. I wouldn't be angry going out on a country road in this car for a long period of time and being like, oh my gosh, my bottom really hurts now from all these bumps. It's nice and steady and smooth, which is great. So we're now going on to a little bit of a quicker road. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not going to be extremely fast. We're going to go on to a 60 road now, just to see what it's like, to give it a little feel for it. Oh, it is honestly jumping up so quickly. It's much more comfortable at faster speeds, I think. And even though we are in quite a large car, when I'm doing 60, I feel like I am going quite fast. I mean, and sometimes in cars you don't really realise that you're going fast and you're doing like 80, but it does feel fast. I don't know if it's because of the type of road, so it's quite a smaller road, it's not a dual carriageway, but yeah, no, but it's handling really well. I'm enjoying it very much. It is so quiet inside the cabin. Even going at 60 miles an hour, you can hardly hear anything. So it's a really pleasant drive. You can still have a chat with your family and not feel like you're having to shout over the excess noise from the engine or the other cars on the road. It's really quiet, considering it's a convertible as well. Really nice. Well, it is a hardtop convertible, so it's lovely and quiet. Did you know that the E93 was the first metal folding roof that BMW made? Now that the car's going a little bit quicker, the steering is still absolutely fine and dandy. I don't feel like I'm having to really make an effort to make my movements known, but still even the little bits aren't pulling the car in any direction. So it's kind of the perfect amount of pull each way when you're turning the wheel. The visibility in the car is brilliant as well, because the wing mirrors are actually a really nice long shape, and I'm getting visions of the car, but a really, really whole picture of the 2 lanes behind me as well. I mean, the back, I guess, is a little bit less vision, but quite a lot considering it is a convertible. And a nice surround, obviously, really big windscreen in front. And obviously, because the 2 side mirrors are from a convertible as well, the front ones are much larger than the back, so I can see really quite well what's going on all around me.
I lost my peace of mind, getting caught up in the sun.
So all in all, that was a lovely first drive of our 2007 BMW 335i. I feel like it is stylish, it is fast, it is comfortable, and a wonderful car for you to have as a daily driver or as a little treat.
Devil is honest to me. I'm trying to save her.